New book.
All right.
Now this is Osho last in the evening.
Right.
That was first in the morning. This is the compliment to that book.
You ain't first, you last.
365 relaxing moments to enter the night consciously.
So we have one of my hobbies, MC food. Browsing bookstores. I love that.
Day 1. The world is suffering so much for the first time in the history of human consciousness. Man has lost track of godliness. Nobody has ever suffered like us. People have been poor in the past, very poor. People have starved, but people have never been so poor spiritually. People have never starved spiritually as much as today. My whole work is to give you back an insight into godliness. Unless man becomes rooted in godliness, again, he has no future. Man has the potential of becoming a song of love, a dance of love, but very few people, very rare people, transform their potential into their actual. People are born as seeds and almost all die as seeds. Their lives remain nothing but a long experiment in futility. And the older they grow, the more frustrated they become naturally because all their hopes are being shattered. All their desires are bringing nothing but tears, agony, anguish. As time passes, they become aware that whatever they have been doing with their lives has been of no value. How can they sing? How can they dance? How can they feel grateful to existence? It is impossible. My observation is that people go to temples and synagogues and churches only out of fear, not out of love. And older people go more often because they have become more afraid of death. They don't go to church or to a temple because they have known something tremendously valuable in life, but because life is slipping out of their hands. The great darkness of death is coming closer and they are afraid. They want someone to protect them. Now they know that their money is not going to be with them, their friends are not going to be with them, their families will leave them. Out of desperation, they start clinging to the idea of God. It is not out of love, it is not out of gratitude. And a God born out of fear is a false God. A God born out of love is a true God. My whole effort here is to make windows into God available so that you don't go to God out of fear, so that you can go through the experience of beauty, through the experience of creativity, through the experience of love. And when a person goes through these experiences, the contact is tremendous, transformative. A single living contact with godliness is enough. You'll never be the same again. When you start going in, mind is left behind. It can't go inside with you. It can only go with you outside. It has only one possibility. It is one-dimensional. Mind makes a person a warrior in the political sense. Meditation makes him a warrior in the religious sense. So to become an inner warrior, much has to be conquered there. There is much darkness that has to be dispelled, much unconsciousness that has to be transformed, much raw energy that has to be purified. It is a great task, the greatest that life gives you to fulfill. The great challenge is to become a fully grown-up person, come to the crescendo of your potentiality, to reach the highest peak, the Everest of your consciousness. Then for the first time, one really starts living. Love has to be just your quality. Become loving, and one day it happens that you are simply loved. Not even loving, but love. That is the day of great revelation. In that very moment, the dewdrop that disappears into the ocean becomes the ocean. In religious terminology, in religious jargon, it has been called God realization. If one likes religious jargon, one can use that word. Otherwise, it's far more beautiful to say that one becomes oceanic. It's far more poetic. Priests have contaminated the word God too much, curling around the word God for so many centuries that the very word immediately raises 1,001 questions. It simply creates more and more arguments and controversies. But the word in itself was beautiful when used for the first time. It simply represented the beyond, the vast beyond. Now it does not represent the word anymore. Even the beyond has been exploited by priests. Priests are the most cunning people. They have made God a Christian God, a Hindu God, a Muhammadan God. Nothing more absurd can be done. It is the ultimate in absurdity. God cannot be Hindu or Jewish or Buddhist. God simply means vastness, and to make vastness Christian is to make it small. Any objective will limit it. God has to be without an objective. It simply means the infinite existence, the unbounded, and love will give you the first taste of it.
I'd like to speak on those couple of passages, just in totality, with fear and religion. And I noticed a theme, like, I guess Osho points to, like, each religion is kind of like, for lack of better words, like religious gangbang. Like, you set, like, parameters around God, or what people believe to be God. And it's like, all right, well, we're this title. In order to be this, you have to do X, Y, and Z. And that kind of excludes people, which you would think, like, if you really believe in God, you wouldn't think of us versus you all, like separation. You know, when he's talking about the dew drop into the ocean and become one with the ocean, it doesn't talk about, oh, well, you know, you finally are one with God, and that separates you from everybody else. Like, no, you're a part of everyone else.
The moment you say God, it seems a very far away thing. That's what they have been saying down the centuries. God is somewhere above, in the sky, very, very far away. But when you say love, it is very close to the heart. All those priests are cunning and crafty. They have been trying to prove that God is far away, because only if he is far away can they be representatives of God, the mediators, the agents. If God is far away, that makes the Pope relevant. If God is very close to your heart, what is the need of a Pope? There's no need of anybody to mediate between you and God. If God is the heartbeat, then the Vatican becomes irrelevant. And all the churches and all the priests lose their profession. They have a beautiful profession, the most prestigious, powerful. Who wants to lose prestige and power? The moment you use the word God, it gives you a sense of person. God becomes limited, becomes defined. But love is not a person, it is a quality, a presence. It is a fragrance, not a flower. More unlimited, more unbounded, more infinite. When you say God, you simply feel impotence, what to do. But if love is there, you can do something about it. It is your innermost nature to be loving. Hence my whole teaching revolves around the word love. Jesus says, God is love. I say love is God. Start doing things, small things, totally. You have gone for a walk, then be total in your walk. Enjoy it, as if life consists only of walking and nothing else, as if walking is the ultimate. You have gone to swim, then swim and forget everything. Then there's no past and no future, only you and the water and the present moment. In this way, you will slowly learn the art of being total. Go on applying the same art to your whole life. One day the miracle happens, when all the parts melt into one unity. That unity is your soul. That harmony is your soul. And when you are in harmony, you know that the whole of existence is in harmony. You know only that which you are. You can't know more than that. To be in harmony within oneself is to know the ultimate harmony of existence. One can call it God, Nirvana, and truth, or one can simply be silent about it because no word is adequate. Nothing can express it. Nothing can explain it. The mystery remains a mystery. Let your love be unaddressed. Love the whole of existence. It is one reality. The trees and the mountains and the people are not really different. We all participate together. We exist in a deep harmony. We go on breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide. Trees go on breathing in carbon dioxide and breathing out oxygen. Now, without trees, we will not be able to exist. We are joined together. We interpenetrate. And that's how the whole of existence is interlinked. So let your love be unaddressed. The trees, the stars, the mountains, the people, the animals. The point is not to whom you are loving. The point is that you are loving. What you want to work out today?
Your call.
Okay. I already know what Bolo wants to work out.
You want to do some outdoor training? Really, Bo?
No más, no más.
I know you want hardcore training. That's what hardcore be.